Few names in history evoke such a chilling blend of fascination and revulsion as Elizabeth Bathory. Her legacy is one that has been shrouded in mystery and horror, captivating the imaginations of many for centuries. Known as the Blood Countess, she haunts the pages of history as a figure of unparalleled cruelty. Her name is synonymous with the darkest tales of human depravity, and her story is one that continues to be told and retold, each time with new layers of intrigue and horror. A woman of noble blood, she seemed to possess everything: beauty, wealth, and power. Born into a powerful family, Elizabeth Bathory was destined for a life of privilege and influence. Her marriage to Ferenc Nádasdy, a prominent Hungarian nobleman, only solidified her status in the upper echelons of society. Yet behind her aristocratic facade lurked a darkness that would stain her name for centuries to come. Whispers of her cruel and sadistic nature began to circulate, painting a picture of a woman who reveled in the suffering of others. Did she truly bathe in the blood of young girls, believing it held the key to eternal youth? The legend of Elizabeth Bathory bathing in the blood of virgins to maintain her youthful appearance is one of the most enduring and macabre tales in history. But how much of it is true, and how much is the product of centuries of myth-making? Or was she the victim of a conspiracy, a pawn sacrificed on the chessboard of political intrigue? Some historians argue that Elizabeth Bathory was the target of a calculated plot to discredit her and seize her vast estates. The truth, as always, is likely somewhere in between a complex web of fact and fiction. Her story is a chilling descent into the darkest recesses of human nature, a stark reminder that monsters can lurk beneath even the most opulent exteriors. The tale of Elizabeth Bathory forces us to confront the uncomfortable reality that evil can wear a beautiful face, and that the line between civilization and savagery is often perilously thin. Join us as we delve into the life and crimes of Elizabeth Bathory, separating fact from fiction and exploring the complex tapestry of history that surrounds her. We will examine the evidence, sift through the myths, and attempt to uncover the truth about one of history's most infamous figures. Be warned, dear reader, for the path ahead is paved with whispers of madness, torture, and the chilling allure of the macabre. As we journey through the shadowy corridors of Elizabeth Bathory's life, we will encounter tales of unimaginable cruelty and horror, but also moments of surprising humanity and complexity. Prepare yourself for a story that is as dark and twisted as the human soul itself. Elizabeth Bathory was born into a world steeped in power and violence. Her birth was marked by omens and portents, as if the very heavens knew the significance of her arrival. It was the year 1560, and the Bathory family stood as one of the most influential in all of Hungary. Their influence extended far beyond their lands, reaching into the very heart of European politics and society. Their ancestral home, a towering fortress known as Exed, loomed over the landscape, a testament to their might. The castle's walls had witnessed countless battles and intrigues, standing as a silent guardian over the family's legacy. Legend whispered that a Bathory ancestor had slain a dragon, its blood imbuing the family with a thirst for power and a predilection for cruelty. This tale, passed down through generations, became a part of the Bathory identity, a dark undercurrent that influenced their actions and decisions. Young Elizabeth grew up surrounded by whispers of these tales, her imagination fueled by stories of battlefield valor and ruthless ambition. These stories were not just bedtime tales, they were lessons in power, teaching her the importance of strength and dominance. But her childhood was not all darkness and bloodshed. There were moments of light and joy, times when she played in the castle gardens, her laughter echoing through the ancient stone walls. She received an education befitting her station, mastering multiple languages and displaying a keen intellect. Her tutors marveled at her quick mind and her ability to grasp complex subjects with ease. Yet even in her youth, there were hints of the darkness that would consume her. Her eyes, often filled with a brooding intensity, seemed to hold secrets that no one could fathom. She was known for her fiery temper and a streak of cruelty that manifested in her treatment of servants. These early signs of her ruthless nature were often dismissed as the whims of a spoiled noble, but they hinted at a much deeper, more sinister side of her personality. Elizabeth was also trained in the arts of combat, a rare privilege for a woman of her time. She learned to wield a sword with precision and strength, further fueling her sense of power and invincibility. As she grew older, Elizabeth's presence at court became more pronounced. She attended grand feasts and gatherings, her beauty and intelligence making her a central figure in the social circles of the nobility. But beneath the surface of her seemingly perfect life, the shadows of her family's dark legacy loomed ever larger. The dragon's blood, as the legend said, coursed through her veins, driving her towards a destiny that would be written in blood and terror. At the tender age of 15, Elizabeth was wed to Ferenc Nádasdy, a young nobleman whose family rivaled the Bathorys in both power and prestige. The union was celebrated with grand festivities, a spectacle of wealth and influence that showcased the merging of two powerful dynasties. It was a marriage of convenience orchestrated to solidify the two families' hold over vast swathes of land and influence. The alliance was not born out of love, but rather a strategic move to consolidate power and ensure the dominance of their respective lineages in the region. Nádasdy, a renowned warrior known as the Black Knight, was often away from their castle at Chaktica, leaving Elizabeth to manage their vast estates and indulge her increasingly disturbing whims. His reputation on the battlefield was formidable, earning him respect and fear, while Elizabeth's reputation within the castle walls began to take a darker turn. While her husband waged war on the battlefield, Elizabeth waged her own private battles within the castle walls. She took on the role of a stern and demanding mistress, overseeing the daily operations of the estate with an iron fist. However, beneath this facade of nobility, a more sinister side of her personality began to emerge. She developed a fascination with alchemy, the occult, and the pursuit of eternal youth. Her interest in these esoteric practices was not merely academic. She sought to unlock the secrets of life and death, driven by an insatiable desire for power and immortality. Her experiments, often involving bizarre concoctions and rituals, became increasingly cruel. She would spend hours in her private chambers conducting gruesome experiments that pushed the boundaries of human decency. The line between scientific inquiry and sadistic pleasure became increasingly blurred. Whispers of her sadistic tendencies began to circulate among the local peasantry, tales of missing girls and strange lights emanating from the castle at night. The villagers spoke in hushed tones, fearful of attracting the Countess's wrath, yet unable to ignore the growing number of disappearances and the eerie glow that often illuminated the castle's windows. But the Countess was protected by her family's name and her husband's influence, allowing her reign of terror to continue unchecked. Her noble status provided a shield against any accusations, and the loyalty of her husband's soldiers ensured that no one dared to challenge her authority. The castle at Choctich became a fortress of fear where Elizabeth's dark desires could be pursued without consequence. As the years passed, Elizabeth's cruelty only intensified. She became more brazen in her actions, confident that her power and position would protect her from any repercussions. The stormy skies over Choctich seemed to mirror the darkness that had taken root within the castle walls, a foreboding omen of the horrors that lay within. The gates of the castle closed to the outside world, and the guards patrolled diligently, ensuring that no one could escape or enter without the Countess's permission. Elizabeth's sinister smile became a symbol of the terror that gripped the region, a reminder that within the walls of Choctich she reigned supreme,